That's station 95.7. Good morning. It's Chris Edge. My guest from the Poorhouse Music Hall is Adam Lindstaedt. And things have been difficult with the pandemic, but I would assume that things were operating normally until that happened, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year before the pandemic hit, we were doing really well. We had just expanded and opened a record shop on the second level of the music venue in November of last year. So that's kind of been our saving grace at this point.
Yeah.
So January and February, we were up like 35, 40% over the year before with the extra hours of operations and sales that we've been able to do.
Yeah.
It was incredible. We were finally turning a profit. And then March hit and it just fell off a damn cliff.
Were you shut down right away because of COVID?
Yep. The last day that we were open, well, the last day we did a concert was March 15th, was with the Mantras and April being the Cool. We've been closed since at the cost of $400 a day
Uh,
between rent, insurance, utilities, and loan payments. Before we buy anything to sell, it's just under 13,000 bucks a month.
oh my God.
We've lost over $85,000 since this has
Wow.
started.
Has
We
the,
had way less than that when we started out going
right.
into the pandemic. So if it wasn't for loans and things of that nature, we would have gone bankrupt in August. I've already gone through about 35, 40% of the massive loan that we took out. And I'll be paying that until the year 2051.
Oh my God, it's awful. If you're listening and you want to help out, don't forget thatstation.net has all the details about Save That Stage. I'm speaking with Adam from the Poorhouse in Raleigh. And I assume at some point you had to send all your employees home.
Yeah, when March 17th, we had 17 employees. I paid all my people through the end of the month out of pocket to make sure that they had a foot up going into this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's been furloughed. I just brought back my first employee a few weeks ago who is now running the record shop on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Do you think you can make it through the end of the year?
I've got another about 7.5, 8 months of money left in that loan to pay our overhead.
Yeah.
And it's been really frustrating seeing a lot of places that are, traditionally just restaurants that might put a band in the corner on the weekend or picking up these touring acts now that would
Right.
normally be playing places like us, the Lincoln, Kings. Um, so it's, the touring cycle is still happening. It's been squashed majorly, but there's still people out there playing, and locals are getting back out and playing gigs outside, inside, at wineries, at breweries. So it's been really frustrating watching all this happen, and
Right.
we've got, in theory, safer plans than these other places have. We're planning on operating at a lower capacity than they are, and we're still not getting a shot.
Yeah, that seems grossly unfair.
Yeah, it feels that way, and I do think they're doing the right thing. I think they may have made some mistakes in making distinctions between places along the way. I mean, the fact that breweries and all these other, there's 7 categories of bars in the state, and 6 have been open since May 15th. And now, they just allowed bars to reopen outside only 3 weeks ago. So basically, what that means is you can have one person for every 142 square feet if you're a bar, and that's outside
That
only.
seems
Meanwhile,
silly.
the place next door only has to space table 6 feet apart, and they can have 6, 10 people per table if they wanted to.
Adam, do you have family?
Uh, in town, it's my wife and my 1-year-old son,
Yeah,
which, our lives had majorly had to adjust.
I know.
We've lived downtown for the last 6 years to be close to the venue. We've had to move out of downtown because we can't afford it anymore.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's been this business is always a roller coaster of ups and downs. One day's great, the next day flops. And it's been the same thing, but even steeper peaks and valleys over the
Yeah,
last 7 months. It's like one day
yeah,
it's like, we got this. This is going to be fine. No problem. Then the next day we were like curled up in a ball in the corner of your room, like, oh my God, why is this happening? Like, what are we
yeah,
doing? I should just get a job laying bricks and be done with this. Like,
yeah. If you could communicate to people out there that are hearing about Save That Stage and hearing about how they can make a donation, what could you say to them that might sort of tip the scales and get them to really commit to making a contribution?
if you're a person that values the live music experience or art in general, because it's not just live music, it's all forms of art
Yep.
that have been squashed right now. everyone's hurting. And if you want it to have it be part of your life on the other side of this thing, if you have the ability to, and you're not struggling yourself,
Yeah.
$5, $10, anything goes a long way to helping these places stay afloat, not just ours. And the community has been very generous to us. We've had some customers start a Facebook donation campaign for us a couple months ago that raised over $11,000. We've had people just sending us money through PayPal and Venmo, which has been really helpful. But still, at the end of the day, $400 per day adds up really fast when you're
Yeah.
talking about 7, 8, 12 months down the road.
Yeah.
So anything and everything is greatly appreciated, and we're going to come out fighting as hard as we can, putting on the best programming possible on the other side of this thing.
Adam Lindstaedt from the Poorhouse Music Hall in downtown Raleigh. And again, the reminder, it is time to save that stage. If you can make a donation, if you were going to spend money on concert tickets in 2020, donate it to all the stages in town that need your help. And you can do that with us at thatstation.net and help out Adam and his family and his employees and keep live music going in Raleigh.